Okay folks, now I'm actually going to show you how to wrap a gas tank. It's really not that hard. Most Bikeskinz designs are set up to have 3 pieces. If we look at the tank from the front, you can see that it's kind of flat as it goes across the back, and then this radius is flat with a bend right here. So this allows us to easily set up a design to where there's a side piece, a top piece, and another side piece for the back. Let me go ahead and take this out of the work area, and I'm just going to quickly kind of clean my surface here. And this is going to help me get all the dust off of my work surface even, just so that we're starting out with a clean surface. Now I'm going to actually get the tank, set this up here, and you can see that the customer has the gas cap removed, and if you stick your finger down in there you can see there's some dust and things like that. You don't have to wrap all the way down in there because it gets covered, but you want to clean that as much as possible. And then just also check the underside of the tank, see if there's any road grime and things like that. Another thing that could be an issue with some people's designs, this one actually has a factory decal that's on there, and it's above the paint, so it's actually coming off of the paint. So when you wrap it, you'll see that impression on the wrap. But with a lot of designs, especially the design that we're going to put on this one, there's going to be graphics across here like blood splatter, so you won't see those little things like that. And if you did remove this, you'd probably want to go ahead and use like a paint remover and just remove all the paint off of the tank, or at least come in and sand that. And it's quite a process. You might spend 4 or 5 hours just kind of setting up that area. So most people will just choose to go ahead and clean the whole tank and wrap it. Let's go ahead and let's get the box of lint-free rags up here so they're easy access. And let's tear off a couple of these. We're just going to spray down some alcohol in here. It's okay if you spray in the tank. Alcohol will evaporate clean and 100%, and that's one of the reasons why alcohol is used to be one of the final stages of cleaning, is because it does evaporate. Water does evaporate too, but it doesn't have the abilities to clean off a lot of impurities and things like that from the surface like just pure alcohol does. So you can see there on the rag that it's quite a bit of gunk coming off. The back side is really important to clean off as well. This under around the lip area is where the wrap material is going to go around it and actually adhere to the back side of the wrap. Or the tank, and this is going to help it to give it a nice edge rather than being cut to the edge where you can see where it's cut. It's actually going to wrap around so it'll look like it's a little more thought out. But that does a couple things. It helps it look better cosmetically, but also it actually mechanically helps to hold the wrap onto the tank better. And if you didn't do that, in some cases, in some areas you can't do that, but if there's a lot of tension in that area, it'll actually pull away from the edge, and as the wrap weathers, that'll be more likely to peel away. So you'll probably want to make sure and get most of the wrap to go around the back side of the bike. Okay folks, now we're going to actually unfold the wrap. It's going to be shipped in a corrugated shipping tube, and it's going to be rolled up like this. Let's go ahead and take the rubber band off, and you can see that the material, or the actual shapes for the tank, also the front fenders are on here as well. They're actually laid on a green background, and the reason I do that is because it easily shows where you can cut the parts out. So let's go ahead and lay this out here. Now when you're cutting these out, you think, I see where the green area is, I need to cut it as close to that. That's not true at all. You can have extra green area. That's actually going to help you out to apply these in some areas. You can use the green area as a guideline for where it kind of needs to go on your body work. But this is also the area that you can kind of pull on and hold. You don't have to take the backing off, things like that. It's going to help you to handle the material a lot without handling the area where the graphic is. So it's going to actually help the adhesive stick more to the bike if you don't handle it a lot. So having little extra areas like this actually kind of helps. Okay, now for this installation I've actually laid down a padding. We're just using like a little quilt or something like that. You just want to make sure that's clean and doesn't have a lot of lint on it. There's a couple things you can do to kind of help it not get lint on the areas when you're applying the backing, but since we're just doing the top and we're not going to have to move the tank around a lot, this being a padding area will kind of help stabilize the tank. You know, I don't even have to use clamps on this, but also because of the tank shape, there's really no way to use clamps on it, so it has to be stable in some way. So just little tips like this help out whenever you're wrapping individual pieces.